Hey y'all, how's it going? Meowth here. The expansion's right around the corner. I've done my reviews, and now time for the part that I'm the most excited about, theory crafting some wild decks with the new cards. You can find the deck codes and the links for all these decks down below in the comments. I want also to shout out Corbett for an awesome wild player and streamer for theory crafting some of these decks with me. He's an awesome guy, and you should check him out and follow him on all the socials also down below. A reminder that you can catch these decks in live action by following me on Twitch. I'll be going live every day once the expansion drops. And if you can't catch me live, no worries. You can catch some of the highlights of these wild decks here on my YouTube channel, so make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be doing one short video per class, and this one's going to be all about Paladin, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so Paladin got some really interesting tools. So first up we have Aggro Paladin. So we have a pretty strong pirate aggro package that's neutral with stuff like Bloodsteel Corsairs, Deckhands, Patches, Brigands, and Cannons. And then you also get, the pretty powerful Paladin early game with stuff like Righteous Protector, Minibot, Muster for Battle. We've got a little bit of that Thecal High Roll mixed in there with the powerful Call to Arms and Sunkeeper Tarim, and then a little bit of Leroy sprinkled on top as a finisher. Nothing too fancy here, just pretty old school aggressive Paladin that takes advantage of Call to Arms and a pretty powerful just general early game that Paladin is known for. Okay, just like Hunter, Dragon Paladin's been a thing that we've always wanted to try to get work. We really needed some early game Paladin Dragons. Again, just not something that we've gotten and something we didn't get from this expansion. Dragon Paladin's a pretty aggressive archetype. Here's my take on it. Again, I am not in love with this, so I will take any suggestions that you guys can throw at me. I'm trying to just make it pretty tempo focused, taking advantage of stuff like Scale Raider and Nightblade Templar, and of course the pretty powerful dragon cards in Dragon Consort and Cathedral Gargoyle. I'm trying Dragon Speaker in the deck, very similar to previous. Something that you might find a little bit interesting in this deck is Tasty Flyfish. I really needed some more 2-drops. And you can just dream of the curve, right? Where you go Tasty Flyfish on 2 into Bronze Herald on 3. Followed up with a Dragon Ratter, Talritha into Dragon Consort or Dragon Speaker. That's the dream. You can always find ways to maybe fit Call to Arms in this deck or Sunkeeper Tarim, but then you kind of maybe lose out on a little bit of that Dragon early game or Dragon consistency. Definitely something that I want to mess around with. I don't think this build is anywhere close to a finished product, and I would look forward to any ideas that you guys have about this deck. Alright, next up we have Corbett's take on a Lightforged Paladin deck. Trying to take advantage of the new cards Lightforged Zealot and Lightforged Crusader. Paladin has gotten a lot of pretty good dude synergy cards, because that is the only class that does dude synergy. So we take that kind of old school mid-range Paladin approach with stuff like Lightfused Stegodon with the Muster and the Quartermaster and the Stand Against Darkness and the Tarim and the Vine Cleaver with the payoff cards of the Crusader and the Lightforged Zealot. I think this is a really clever take. I'm looking forward to playing this and seeing how it fares. Alright, so next up we have Corbett's take on Duel Paladin. Of course, Duel Paladin seeming like a more balanced version of stuff like Big Priest. We get the new card Nosdormu the Timeless. I mean, while it's a good card, I don't foresee it breaking Duel Paladin. So not only is Nosdormu a pretty decent hit off a duel, what we can do is we can play as Nosdormu on 4 and set this up for the rest of our big boys coming down the following turn. It's basically like an Astral Communion on a stick, except it's also Astral Communion without discarding your cards and giving your opponent 10 mana. There might be better comparisons out there. But if you like big boys, here you go. Alright, I hate to do it, but we got some new cards for Odd Paladin, so I wanted to provide you guys with an updated list. So Odd Paladin gets the new Faceless Corruptor, I think one of the most busted neutral cards that were released. And we also get stuff like Righteous Cause. I think a lot of people are, falling asleep on Righteous Cause, but like I mentioned in the card review video, in something like Odd Paladin, it's really easy to complete this quest, okay? And we get to be proactive with our competitive spirit buff, right? Rather than waiting on our opponents to clear most of the minions, and they just leave 1/1/1 and then competitive spirit procs, right? So I definitely like Righteous Cause over something like competitive spirit. While I don't think it might be the best card, but it's definitely something I want to try. But I definitely believe Faceless Corruptors are 100,000% correct in this deck. The Iron Beak Owl, of course, is just a tech card. Put it in there because it wasn't 100% sure on the 30th card, but feel free to swap it out, especially if you're swapping out the Righteous Causes. But yeah, I mean, if you want to climb in the new meta, I definitely recommend taking advantage of something like Odd Paladin. And of course, just like we had to do for the Odd Paladin, here's Corbett's updated take on Mech Paladin, which includes Sky Claw. So Sky Claw allows you an alternate game plan of going wide, which is kind of how you want to play in general against other aggressive decks, like say Odd Rogue or other aggressive decks like Pirate Warrior and Odd Rogue, which might get more prevalent with the new expansion. And even if they deal with Sky Claw, you also still have the 1/1 mechs to stick around for Magnetize. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed these Paladin decks. I look forward to seeing your Paladin creations, whether it's down here in the comments or out on ladder. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the new expansion. Take care.